Check, check. Nope, it's not it. Yeah, this one's synced up, isn't it? Check, check. Hello, 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 hello. I'm probably not going to speak a ton today because I'm a little bit sick. I'm a bit under the weather. I'd probably be in just a little bit better shape had I been able to spend all of Sunday recovering. But they were like, "Nope, you gotta what? Go hang out with your banditos. So I went and hang with the posse. When the posse calls you out and you're the boss, you gotta go, regardless if you're tired or you're tired or not." They spent a massive bill at Top Golf, but I got super hella drunk the night before. There was a party at my other side's family, and they made some deals that it was, dude, it was like I mean, like, I was so drunk at the very end, I immediately went, like, right when we were leaving, I got two water bottles, and I literally drank both of them right there in front of everyone. They were like, "What the hell?" They couldn't believe I drank those two giant water bottles right there. Because I was like, "Wow, I need to be able to get home and do stuff." So I got home, and what I did was, I like, I literally made some detox tea, and I ate some oatmeal, like some healthy oatmeal, and then I went to sleep. And I woke up. I used the tea in my mix, and it helped me a lot. But I mean, I'll just be honest with you, like, it was tough. Like, had I not made that tea, I'd have been dead in the water. But they took me to Top Golf, and I just dominated them. They all got stomped. They only beat me in Angry Birds, but I beat them in the range, and I also beat them in the targeting. I think they thought they were gonna win the targeting, and then out of nowhere, I just started unleashing it, dude. Like, I went for the first my first round. I was using a 7-iron, and I was just kind of like trying to get it into the bullseye on one of like the mid. And then the second round, which we only did 2 rounds because we had to leave. Second round, I was just like crushing it. The further you hit it, the more points you get. Thankfully, I think on Friday, my mom and I went to Walmart, or went to this Costco or Sam's Club, and we bought like 3 watermelon. So I've already eaten one, and it was really good. Really smart for being a dumbass. He asked me like, why I drink so much. It's like, well, free alcohol, man. What's I supposed to do? Luck be a lady tonight. Oh, that's the game yesterday. Okay. Stick with me, baby. I'm the guy that you came in with. Luck be a lady tonight. Is today Monday? Today is Monday. So there's like it's Monday Night Football. Is that right? Monday Night Countdown. Who's playing on Monday Night Football? See, I don't even see it on the. I know there's a bunch of NBA stuff going on right now that's like getting super hyped up. I think the Lakers are going to be good this year. Ugh. Oh wait. Shoot. Shoot, right. Oh darn. I gotta like be very careful with this. It's so like I mean every little thing is like so touchy and it's like persnickety and whatnot. It's like what the heck what am I dealing with here? It'd be like on the some like wired competition. I deserve to win it. I'm like the most wired person you'll ever know. And I was singing Christmas carols earlier. That's probably why you got a good feeling. Because I sound like Mike Bublé for some odd reason. If I to actually go Christmas caroling, I'm going to end up getting cancer. Alright. I got some audio yet. I think I'm going to go get a blanket here in a little bit. I might even open the window. We'll see. Let me just finish eating this food. Oh, right. Okay, now. I'm deathly ill. Now come near me for like a week, if not like a week and a half. If you are like how do you say any type of susceptible. I mean you. I mean this is like oh I'm gonna kill your grandma on this one. This one bad. Stick with me, baby. I'm the guy that you came in with. Luck be a lady tonight. There's a grind, so I was like, Mom, we gotta go to the club to get some cocoa. Go to the club to get some cocoa. I was like, you wanna go to the club with me? you wanna go to the club with me? It's no, I got a Samsung's membership. Sam's Club membership. So why we go this way? Get some cocoa. It's a grind, bro. Like, how long did it take you to start calling for the cocoa? I don't know. Like, probably like 10 years. 10 years I started going for it. So I'm not like, I'm kind of new to the game. You know, new to the cocoa game. I'm such a rip for so long. I feel much better now that I'm not. Now that I'm actually like on a healthy grind. I really am. I'm really much more happy. Much more. Yeah, just like definitely in a better place overall. I think it's tough to get out of the rip game. I had a cousin. She's she went to Columbia, and she's getting her master's degree at Stanford. She was like really hoping that I would get into the Coco gang because I was such a rip hard. And it has such good juice here. And they really had the best juice in like the whole world. I'm not just saying that. My cousin, she's so funny. She's like she's like I didn't have the juice on that one. I was like, you've never had the juice. I think they shut it down. Whenever whenever cannabis became legal, they shut down a bunch of juice stops. I think the best one. I don't know if you can even get it from them anymore. I haven't been by there either. The real reason I didn't like it was because like there was so much maintenance. Like you had to like change the coil. You had to like change the coil like once a week, once every 4 days maybe. Once every 3 days if you were just like really going hard. And that really sucked. Having to buy coils really sucked. A lot of times, the place that you get the juice, they don't even have the coil that I need. I do it the coils online. And they had like wussy stuff. Like it was kind of they were just kind of wuss about it. You know what wuss means? Some people don't know what a wuss is. They just had some wussy stuff. Whereas I was going for like like the big boy. I was going for the big boy rip, and they were trying to sell me wuss. Mm-mm. Their juice wasn't wuss. It was definitely making up for the fact that they had wuss hardware. You get that juice on like something that's actually kind of like gritty, and then it was just way too good for games. I'm making music a little bit too on the side. See, I never had the juice. you should do tournaments. You should blah blah blah. And I was like telling my dad on the whenever I was back, I was like, what are you thinking? You think I'm gonna go do a tournament and actually enjoy it? And I told him I was like, there's such a big difference between just going to the top golf or to the range, and there's such a big difference between just going there and knocking the hell out of the ball compared to like going and actually playing like in a tournament or like doing any type of like competition or even just playing a round of 18 or even a round of 9 is a it's it's a massive difference. Like honestly, it's such a big difference. Like you wouldn't like people wouldn't understand like why it just is. I mean, going out there and playing them like is way more difficult. It's just way more difficult. There's nothing like there's not even anything similar. Going to the range and just beating the shit out of the golf ball is it's so easy. It's seriously fun. It's really fun and easy. But like I said, actually going out there and doing tournaments, that is completely different because you have to prepare. And a lot of times in something like that, it's all about who prepared more and who prepared better. So, like, it's going to be like the two, tier one and tier two are going to be who prepared more and then who prepared more and prepared better. And that's like the difference between tier one and tier two. But like people like me aren't even like on that. We're not even on that chart. Like we're so far beneath it. We're like on the different side of the XYZ coordinate. We're like over here. They're like up here. Like I haven't played in what 2 years or something. I mean, I could look and see the exact date that whenever I last went to Top Golf. Let me see what dude. I think I have a picture from it. Let me see. That's how I would know. Cause I went with Luke. Let's see. I took a picture. I took a video. Let me see. I don't have the date on it. If I could find it. Well, it's the same thing. Like, I probably played for like 2 years straight, maybe 2.5 years straight, and I really learned like the muscle memory at a key point in my life. So, I mean, I was probably like 13 to like no, probably like 12 to like 14 or 15. I really played almost every day, but I didn't like go out on the course as much because I hated it. Because it's not like there's just a bunch of crazy lies. Like people don't know what that means. Like the lies are crazy. Whenever you actually get out on the course, they suck. It's it's like there's really nothing. There's only one way to prepare, and that's like like looking and walking the course and like playing the course, like looking and like playing and like talking with people, also like taking like a double zero shug like is probably the better most way to prepare for that type of stuff. Even if you have to put it on like a timer for like every 20 to 25 minutes on a take, but realistically like you're not going to really get the result that you are hoping for if you don't do that. I'm not willing to do that. I really won't. Like that's way too much damn work, dude. Like going out there and walking all those courses, dude. Hell no, I'm not doing that. You do that like you're totally you're not. I mean, like I say, like we're opposite people, but I'm just like, I don't think they look at me and see like a 31-year-old dude who's like been through hell. I think they look at me and they're like, "Oh wow, you could really just show up and just knock the hell out of it." Yeah, it's like, but if you took me to a basketball court, it's going to be the same scenario. It's going to be basically me just stomping on everyone. If it turned into a competition, it's not even going to be close, right? Like, it's like the same exact thing in basketball, at least. Like some people are just like, they practice way more. Like I've mastered my handles in basketball. I mean, did I master like a swing? I mean, I got close to mastering a driver, I think. Like, I know that whenever I was playing, I could not use the big driver as well as I wanted to. I can use the big driver much better now because I'm able to like, turn better. My back is a lot stronger now. My hips are a lot stronger. this summer. I think it was like on Snapchat or something. I don't even have Snapchat installed. That's the crazy thing. Look through very gingerly. I mean, well, they were most of those guys. Whenever I was mastering that stuff, they were like doing jobs. Like they were working so that they could like, you know, afford something, right? Like the people who I was playing with. Whereas, I mean, I feel like my parents really supported me a lot through like basically we kind of had like a deal. It was like, hey man, if I play these sports, you gotta like subsidize and help me out, um, with things that I'm not gonna be able to afford for myself. Granted that I won't have a job to be working for money for myself, and that was kind of like the deal. I was allowed to play sports, and in turn, they could watch and enjoy that because everyone likes to watch and enjoy people playing sports. But also, like, I didn't have to like work an extra job after that. I got good rest, better rest than actually most of my friends, because most of my friends got terrible rest. They really did, compared to me. Whenever it comes to that, people don't understand like how significant getting better rest is. But I got quite good rest. Because, like I said, I didn't have to work a job after, doing all my sports. I just did some homework and I was done with it. I don't have it on this phone, actually. I don't know. I don't know. I think Luke would know. Let me see. Oh, I look in the messaging. Look at the message. Where's Luke at? Just gotta know like how long had it been since I had swing because I haven't really gone out. So 2021. 2021, maybe 2022. I don't know. Was it 2025? So like maybe 2, 3 years. But people don't realize how expensive it is to go golfing, too. When it's crazy, like how much you can spend like going golfing alone. I think it's funner to go to the driving range or to top. I mean, I've only been to Top Golf 2 times now. I still think that's more fun than going golfing. But I don't like walking a lot. If I walk too much, I end up getting like in a lot of pain. They were not very kind to me in some of the sports I played. I need a chiropractor. I need a PT, bro. But I need I need my PT to fucking marry a chiropractor. That's funny. And I need them to share a house with me. I'll be their man child. One of my cousins is a PT. She's a physical therapist. I was talking with her dad at that party, the Halloween party. They came as Bob Burgers, and his wife and my auntie and I mean him were the parents, and then their other daughter was some girl. I don't know. I've never seen a Bob Burgers. So I like sports. I like all the things about sports. But also, I mean, like in that fair scenario, I stomped them. Like it wasn't even close. I'm curious what sport it would be close. Seriously, if it was a competition with any of them. Tennis? I don't know. feel like we could all be on this almost on the same level at pickleball if we could figure out how to get pickleball going. There's not enough stamina to do golf like that. I think between us, there's a huge skill gap. I feel like pickleball is the way though. Set up a pickleball tournament to, you know, get the partners. It's two people each team have a tournament. The games don't last very long, I don't think. And if you just have one or two courts, I don't know where the courts are or anything like that. They're kind of behind. I know the Austin area, once they got that quantum, it kind of fucking set them straight because they had all that blue vein. And I mean, they have tons of courts and they have like tons of tournaments in Austin for pickleball. Which I mean, you'd be like, oh well, it's stupid, it's Austin. But like, I mean, I feel like that's really the only thing that really could be competitive between all of us. Even when we play horseshoes, it's like, you know, it's not even fair. Like, you know, I feel like last time we played horseshoes, we never played it again because it wasn't even close to fair. It was basically like super tilted, and the top team had a way bigger advantage. And well, they weren't even on the same team, but like, how do you expect the bottom team to even come close? And one of my cousins didn't even come close, and like I was trying to get close, but like I didn't even score. He didn't score, I didn't score. You can throw a horseshoe uphill. It's already hard as hell to throw a damn horseshoe. Well, I mean, it's easy to do that. Maybe if you're throwing downhill. It's a mild incline. Yeah, okay, well, let me just adjust my throw for another 5 feet. Oh no, I honestly think that the Twins are too good at sandbagging, dude. There's nothing like there it is again, right? I think pickleball is the play because none of us have experience in it, and that's really all that matters in a game of sport. Like I said, if you took me out there and we were playing, let's just say we were playing tackle football. Let's say it was just like gentle tackle football. Like we're not allowed to like knock each other out, but I mean you could form tackle. You guys are going down. You're going down. Like, even if we're just playing for an hour or two, you know. I'm Patrick Surtan. You're like a third string guy because I already injured the first two. Like it's not even right. I'm knocking you down. It's not gonna be fun. Locking you down and you gotta pay. Yeah, pay my bill and get locked down. That's funny. No, I don't want to do that. Trust me. I'm already sore just from doing top golf, dude. Like, golly, my back is like, I like swinging as hard as you can. It hurts, bro. It does, honestly. At least the next day. I'm at like regular swings. You expect me to like go in there and teach everyone how to like swing? It's not that easy. You can't just do that. Trust me, I know this. I know this. I know this. It takes like a year or two of learning yourself and being taught a little bit, a little bit, it takes like 2 or 3 years, just to get your swing right. But I mean, it takes like decades to master courses and like, actually get good at, doing rounds and stuff because it's totally different, like I said. But, it just alone getting your swing straight takes at least 3 or 4 years, like maybe even more. For some people. But I'm like I said, I can't just go in there, as someone who's like kind of just novice at the sport in general, and teach everyone how to swing correctly. You could not even get a golf pro to go in there and teach everyone how to swing correctly. Seriously, most of the people that a golf pro deals with have already like learned how to swing correctly. And I helped Breezy a little bit. She actually, I mean, whenever I gave her advice, she did exactly what I said, and she did better. She hit it better. She hit it straighter. She hit it harder, and like but I can't go over there and help her every time. Like like it's hard to want to do that. It really is. It's part of the game. There's competition involved, but also like you know the experience is really where it matters the most. Because all three of the sports that I would think of as like football, basketball, and golf. I mean, even baseball, it would be like pretty tough, right? Like if I was the pitcher, I mean, I could at least go for 2 or 3 innings, and I mean, I'd be surprised if any of them could even hit one time. I'm actually a pretty good pitcher. You wouldn't think so? Check out these arms. I have a big arm. I have a big arm. Kind of big. That's all that matters is like how strong you are at some point. Also, the muscle memory. It's like muscle memory is first, and then it's about how strong you are. But you get muscle memory from experience, and how strong you are is just based on your diet and your exercise and stuff. Plus, I have a decent slider, and my curveball is nasty. You wouldn't even know when the slider was coming. Most of them wouldn't even be able to understand why they missed their swing. And the curveball, I swear, I every single one of those people wouldn't even swing on it. Last time I threw it, I was doing fine. The thing about that is that you know you can't do it very often because if you throw too much off-speed pitches like that, you end up hurting your elbow. If you're like a novice pitcher like me, you're just better off just not really doing it much. But then whenever you do it, figure it out fast. Hitting in baseball is probably the hardest thing I had to do in high school. That was that one was the worst. Fielding wasn't as bad. I could field all right, but pitching is like that sucks honestly. And batting, it really really sucks. I'm basically just like on a bunch of stimulants and then also taking steroids and then eating candy and stuff. It's like crazy. Like they're so like at that level. It's hell. I hated baseball growing up, at least in high school. I kind of wish I had played golf, honestly. I kind of wish I had. But I think that whenever I was a freshman or an eighth grader, I think I was an eighth grader, they put me on varsity, and it just got stopped, and I didn't like it. After that, I was like, I'm just gonna do baseball. I didn't like it. Was like it was like very kind of like CUDA, very like unfriendly, kind of like oh I need to make sure I get mine kind of attitude with like scoring and stuff. Very kind of like I want to say like almost like unprofessional. Maybe it was like that just because, or I felt that way because I was younger and like they didn't put me with like the better kids. I really had to be a freshman or eighth grader. I can't remember. I don't remember what I did my freshman year in the spring. I can't remember if it was golf. I remember my sophomore year in the spring I did track, and I mean that really juiced my legs a lot. Even if you just do track like 1 year, but my dad was like a track star. He was really good at the 400. He did the medley. He was like, he really was like he was a stud. couldn't even run the 400. That's crazy, huh? I ran the 250 and I ran the 100. I got decent at the 250 and I also did relays. It's crazy because a sophomore shouldn't be doing relays. With, with two sophomores, me and my friend, that were doing relays, that shit sucked. Cool. Let's get into the game, I guess. Just gonna plan on doing some non-toxic Vanguard. A little bit tired, but I'm doing better today than I was yesterday. Yesterday, man, the day before, I mean, I really did feel sick. Felt quite sick. And, I mean, the culture that I was around, it was not the most fond of the cultures that I like. They just want to, I mean, both sides just want to fight constantly, though. It's crazy. Like, that's how family gets, I guess. I don't know. That's not how I would want my family to be, though. Honestly. I want everyone to get along and everyone to be treated fairly. No cells. No see. Just purchase. Check, check. Yeah, my back is not really about, wanting to do the whole 18 or even 9 holes. It's so tired, dude. I've like fallen so many hard times. It's crazy, and but also like the amount of times I've been cheap shot in the back too. Like I can count them on like a couple hands at least. But I mean, most people wouldn't even understand what that feels like, much less what it looks like. Because I mean, it doesn't happen very often in today's sports world. It don't happen like that no more. It done changed. The game done changed on you, Bobby. Your heart and soul of this team. You gotta show up for your team. Show up my pussy. I feel like we got an interesting vibe here, dude. Like she's like, crazy new age meta. He's like mid as hell. And then this guy looks like, bro. He honestly looks like bird shit, dude. He looks like a fucking squirmery. Fucking just had way too much fucking bad, food poisoning. I like him though. I kind of do like the bird crap, dude. It looks good. Yeah, I like the Titan. Damn, it's sick. Down for the homie and the lonely. Down for the wicked. Down for the one and only. Ooh, my back, man. Killing me today. That's just from swinging, dude. I really actually went out there and walked the course, dude. Seriously, there's no way I'd be streaming right now, bro. Shit is demanding. Those people are, I say they're built different. Like, no, dude. They're like, bro, like, no. Don't ever cheap shot someone like that, right? Heavenly lands. What is that? The ship? It's crazy, dude. Oh, we gotta see what's in the. Oh no, that's tomorrow. right. Wait, is today Tuesday or today Monday? See, that's why I'm like, I'm lost, bro. Like, actually lost. Okay, so today was Monday. Today's gotta be Monday on that. I gotta get on John's account too. Shoot, like seriously, bro. I'm so lost, bro. Look how cool I am though. I got lost and jumped into Bat Guanum. You ever seen Guanum? Get on that account now. Sorry, whoops, my bad. Wasting my time. See that shit that thing. I actually remember his password. I don't know why. It's one of the only passwords I actually remember if I have to sign in. I remember it. Isn't that crazy? That's wild. Usually I forget all the damn passwords. I have to look them up. But not this password. I remember it. I don't know why. Figured it was gonna ask me. Yep, there it is. Ask me for the. That two-form authentication, dude. Gotta have it. You can't let anyone have power over molesting his vault. I'm like, bro, I'll protect your vault. Right. Let's get in there. Oh wait, actually, I think I need to let me see where's the. Actually, gotta get some inventory because here we go. Ooh, what a nightmare. so it is E. Let's see here. Alright, looks right. Okay, it is correct. Okay. Can't be too certain. I could do just about anything like here. Let's see. I'm trying to decide though. Mildly tired, a little bit strung out, not as hungover as you probably think, but I mean, I told him I was like, dude, I was like, I told him, I said, whenever I got back, I made sure that that I could at least wake up at a decent time. I didn't remember that I was going to Topgolf. I didn't remember. I forgot about that. I don't think I responded to any of their texts. I was like, bro, I was in another world, dude. Like, trying to get this big TV, dude. Like, it's like my goal right now. So like, how big? I'm like, you know what? I feel like I really helped, Samsung and some of these companies figure out that war crimes for the oil that we have is not the petroleum-based product that we need, but we actually need cheaper fucking big screens, and now all these big screens are cheap as fuck. And I mean, that's something that I was hoping for like 2 or 3 years ago, and they started implementing it like earlier this year, like 6, 7 months ago, whenever they made this giant Samsung factory in was West Texas, I think. And I mean, I don't want war crimes with that damn oil. I want a big screen. Like the fudge makes you think I want a war crime. Like, dude, like nah, bro. Nah, I don't care. Like, like it's so stupid. So now these screens are like at a decent price. Someone said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." The second I learned that you could use oil to make semiconductors, I was like, "Oh shit, bro!" Like, how are you fucking using that crude? How are you using that crude, dude? You got what? You got people dying in the streets because like they can't afford a TV to keep them, in their hood. That's not right. Damn, yo, hood, bro. That's not all I've been, mentally targeting. Separating my 4 quarters, dude. I got like, 1 quarter for the logo, like, 2 quarters for UGA and 1 quarter for, all the Wally ass this week. Let's see how it works out next week. Am I right, guys? Like quarters, dude. I got like what? I think Burnout. Like, yeah, right, dude. Like, Burnout isn't even that bad, dude. You guys didn't even like have to do much. Like, honestly. Try running a 400 and fucking, thinking that you're gonna do decent and then falling because there's a fucking tarp on the map because they thought you were gonna run a 270 and try 250 and bro, that shit fucking hurt, dude. I call that a cheap shot right there, dude. I'll call that a cheap shot, bro. You can't have a fucking tarp on the goddamn track if someone's practicing a 400. Like, they thought I was running a 270 or what is it, like 250 or whatever? Yeah, I can understand that, but what, like, their coordination just wasn't there, right? Like, I'm over here, they're thinking that maybe I could run the 400 if I kept trying it, but, bro, that was a hard fucking fall on the goddamn track. That was one of the hardest falls I ever had. Going full speed and hitting a tarp, bro, that shit sucked, bro. It was off a turn, like, it's not that easy to see, actually, whenever you're running full speed if you didn't know. Everything jiggles. Sometimes you close your eyes a little bit. You're really just trying to focus on your breathing and trying to focus on, going faster in most cases. Just about going fast, it's about even going faster. Go fast on the track. That one hurt. And then before that, there was a kid, he was illegal. He was with like this gang, and his name was Angel, and his homeboy's name was Nico. And there's another kid named Gabe who was kind of like in the middle, like trying to mediate everything between their gang and like the normal kids. And I mean the Angel kid, he was radical. Like that guy, he had like a diet of nothing but hot Cheetos and shit. And all he played was GTA. Like we're like fucking 12, 13 years old. This guy, but he's eating like all the Cheetos and playing all the GTA. Whereas like most of us other kids are like just doing what fucking mom and dad says. And for some reason he was trying to recruit tryhards for the soccer team or some shit. He was intentionally injuring all the skill guys. That's like a true like cold-blooded cheap shot. Like you don't get more cold-blooded than that because I mean 2 of the guys quit. They did. They were like, fuck that, dude. Like the coaches, what? Like these coaches are retarded. Like fucking kick this kid off the team. By the 3rd guy, who is me. They finally kick him off the team because I'm saying I'm gonna quit. Like I'm not gonna play with that shit. I mean, like I was crying. Like I cried for like days. It hurt so bad. And I mean, like, you can't really say much to the kids that had to go through that because one of them, I mean, he kind of like had a glance. He glanced it, so he didn't take it full on. The other one took it full on, like me. Maybe I was a little bit more mid than that, but I mean, like the kid that took it full on, dude, he was like, "Fuck this! I'm never playing sports again." And I know that guy pretty well. Like I knew them both quite well. That one hurt really bad though. That one's like a height stunter. One stunts your height and really just kind of rude as hell. Like I guarantee you that neither of them and myself we don't look at illegals the way that a fucking privileged liberal would look at illegals. I mean that right there sends us to the conservative mainstream for sure. And for a while I was pretty conservative, and I mean I even voted for Trump the first time he fucking went in office because he wanted a goddamn wall. I'm already fucking tired of this shit. To be like 5'10", 6 foot. Instead of 5'8", if you cop 2 inches off me like that, then you just try and like, continue creating paywalls. You're saying I gotta use meth to fucking pass a fucking degree in nutrition. It's retarded, dude. It really is. Like that shit is fucking obnoxious as fuck. I mean, that was the first cheap shot. Let me think. Then the second one was the track incident where I literally fucking hit a tarp going full fucking speed after running like 200 meters. And then there was another one. It was 2 my junior year. There was either 2 or 3 my junior year. One where like my teammate fucking hit me or some shit. No, that was my senior year. So there's two cheap shots my senior year. My teammates hit me. One of them like fucking wrecked my fucking right knee's cartilage. Like, and the coach got pissed after that because it was totally fucking dirty as fuck. And then the other one, he just like fucking the guy just unloaded on me whenever we were just doing like a regular fucking drill. Coach got pissed at that too. Like those two were like straight up retarded. Like, bro, you don't. If you're just doing a regular fucking drill, like you're supposed to take it easy on your teammates and shit. But he was mad that his sister liked me and I wouldn't like date her or some shit. Like honestly, like the shit is football is like actually retarded to play. Let's be honest with you, like. People would never understand that. Even like the smallest like things that I hated about it. But my sophomore year, I was fine. Like I did decent. Like that was my sister's last year. It was my junior year. She was at Brown. And I mean, once she went to Brown, everything fucking went to hell, dude. Like, because she had two friends that were kind of looking out for me too. That were, you know, both of them graduated as well. Like, bro, like it was after that, it was a fucking madhouse. Like Lord of the fucking Flies. Junior year, I took one in Lordsburg. Then, I mean, I just like outran the dude on special teams on a punt coverage, and I broke down, and I was gonna make a tackle, and the dude just wrecks me in the back, dude. I was like, oh fuck, that shit hurt. Because that game, one of the guys, the guy who actually unloaded on me, I don't know if it was earlier that week or if it was my senior year, he was injured, and I had to, you know, play his position, which, so I had like, instead of having like, you know, 30% of the snaps on offense, I probably had like 70%. And the dude was just hella inconsistent, dude, like, you know. So, I mean, I get cheap shot out of the game, I'm fucking having to like, you know, literally go with the hardest on it. And we won, but man, the next day I fucking slept for like all day, slept until like 5 p.m. or something. That cheap shot fucking hurt, dude. I mean, I definitely saw it on camera too. I was like, that was like not good. And then, I think. Then there was one team that literally cheap shotted me every game that I played against them my senior year. And one of them, it was like brutally savage to the point where like, those motherfuckers are like, that's actual hell. Like, these people actually wanted to say that this is hell on some fucking ion Bluetooth. Yeah, right, with a bunch of mid fucking purge. Like, yeah, right, dude, that place is fucking hell, dude. Like, nah, bro. Nah, dude. They had already injured the dude who was going to make that play earlier in the game, and our coach was so fucking stupid, he didn't want to just fucking play it straight up, you know? He didn't want to play it for our health either. Like, bro, that was like literally the dumbest fucking thing we've ever had to fucking do. Special teams was actually retarded, dude. It really was. It had to be the fucking most retarded fucking thing, dude. Like, yeah. I was like fucking Walmart or something. It's like, I don't even think they have a Walmart in Lovington, dude. Like, I don't know what they fucking have there, dude. They have a shit ton of fucking illegals working at dairy farm, though. Like, so I read they goddamn do. It was like, some motherfuckers have, you know, twice as much money for steroids and, you know, assault rifles. And they also got fucking, you know, oil money and shit too. Those motherfuckers are that's actual hell, dude. You know who died there? But fucking what's his name? The guy who's in Top Gun. The fucking that guy fucking died there. He fucking went there. I don't know why he would go there. Like, I mean, maybe he was like thinking he wanted to go to hell or some shit. Maybe he thought he was going to hell too much and he went to hell and fucking died. Like that's I mean that's hell. You don't want to fucking go to Lordsburg, like, or not Lordsburg, Lovington. You don't want to go to Lovington. That place, there is literally fucking nothing there. They're like a bunch of crazy fucking white, you know, privilege, you know, just a bunch of, they don't know fucking what's up. They don't know what's down. I think the only thing that matters is fucking, you know, the steroid of the AR controlling them. They don't think for themselves. They're like, you know, that's probably the worst place, you know, in NM. If you want to say NM's the worst state, I'm like, okay, that's hell then, yeah. It's the worst place in America, or the world, maybe. Yeah, definitely America. America's in hell, I guess. It's there then. Don't catch me going there. Don't catch me going there, bro. You want to go there? You want to visit? I'd be like, no, let's go to White Sands. I've never been to White Sands, honestly. It's kind of crazy. I had other things I had to do, like, you know, like I was on a Halo team too, like. Shots. I'm thinking. I'm just talking like about the back specifically. So one of those cheap shots that they had on me was like that was a back hit for sure. Like if I'm getting like blindsided, completely hit in the back without even knowing it, like at least 5 times. at least 5 times, from 7 to 12. Because these motherfuckers don't know what a fucking rule is. It hurts, so I'm saying. You don't want to get me fucking walking in 18, guys. If I come back here and I stream, it's not going to be a fun or happy time for anyone. Yeah, I mean, like, seriously. You think it doesn't hurt? Oh, it fucking hurts. Oh, well, forever. It's like, okay, I would, I don't hope or wish, that you would have to go through that just because I fucking been through it and I know you'd hate it. Just sleep and just watch a rug and try hard. But yeah, I mean, maybe for like the first 5 years, my rehab. It's hard to want to stick with a team, especially like whenever they're so rich and wealthy and they think it's just them the whole season. My sister's friend was like, "Oh, I only like to move by the playoffs." I'm like, well, sometimes I would do, the entire season. Other times I would stop in the playoffs because it's just, there's no, I don't know, return from it. Like, my time worth at that point. They want to say it's not worth anything. It's fine in their hands, but whenever I'm like, okay, it's not worth anything, and then what? All of a sudden it means everything because they fucking lose in the playoffs or some shit. It's fucking obnoxious as fuck is what it is. It's about all the sports are like that though. Like, they expect you to write like a fucking like handwritten letter or some shit. It's like, I don't have fucking time to fucking write a handwritten letter, lady. You know how expensive stamps are? Yeah, I don't even know how to fucking use a stamp, dude. I remember I was trying to look up how to write a letter, and I was looking up how much stamps cost, and the girl was like literally fucking, she was scary as fuck. She's like, by the way, stamps get very expensive. I was like, oh fuck, man. I dislike the video. I'm gonna clean my cookies out of that one, though. Yeah, look at the stamps going around place. I think I would count the knee cheap shot just a little bit because I seriously didn't see that coming either. Like, I mean, it wasn't the worst in the world, but like, it was just kind of like a little bit of like, hey man, I really should have fucking quit when all the other kids did in 8th grade. And yeah, it was like my junior year. I took off my sophomore year. I didn't play football. They literally targeted me to play my junior and senior year, and then I don't know, for some reason one of the dudes, like, 2 of them cheap shot me. I don't understand why though. You fucking begged me to fucking play and then you fucking cheap shot me. It's like, dude, that's retarded. Like, it's so stupid. Redundancy, like, nah, it's like there's nothing right about that. It's not. And their fuckers are like acting like it's funny to fucking injure their teammates and shit. It's fucking stupid.
I mean, they were just too young and immature. Like, I'll just be honest. Like, they didn't try hard enough. That's for goddamn sure. Like, that's the problem with fucking like white privileged people. That hardly ever do they fucking try hard enough, and they expect a lot of without really do much work. That's the fucking crazy thing. Is like they don't try hard enough, and they expect more than. It's like you get what you deserve in most cases. If you don't get something that you hoped for, it's probably because you didn't deserve it. Like that's usually how it goes, right? Like, I mean, I can't be doing my own try hard work at that point. If anything, it's like a huge red flag, being like, hey man, this isn't gonna be, the town that I want to raise my fucking, actual children in, because they're not gonna get the hard work. Support, even though they're putting in the fucking hard work themselves. Sure, they'll always just blame some fucking, bullshit minority. That's all they ever wanted to fucking do, and the mayor was always fucking lame as fuck. He was old, and he was way conservative, and he just wasn't a very, he wasn't into his faith enough, like, and the people that they were setting to try hard, they were young, and they were, I mean, basically useless. They slayed more than they prayed, I'm sure of it. And I mean, they want to act like they did it, or they want to red light their shit, but it's like, you can't take away the fucking truth. Like, the truth is fucking true. It's actual fact. It's finite. It's already written in a thread of reality. Just because you fucking red light your fucking brain and your fucking memory doesn't mean that everyone's gonna fucking forget about it. If there was one thing that this one girl who was really into me told me at a young age, she said, "People don't forget." It's like, yeah, well, people don't forget, but that doesn't mean fucking some white privilege is gonna fucking remember. A lot of times they go out of their ways to fucking delete that type of shit because they're straight up retarded as fuck. Or they don't want to fucking believe that that's the fucking truth, and they want to act like they had nothing to do with it. Because if there's anything a fucking white privileged little shit brain could fucking do, is make sure that they don't get fucking busted themselves, and make sure that someone else gets busted on their account. I'm sure it all really has to do with the fact that they're not really willing to put in their own work for their own slaves, and they think that they could just slay everything in the whole goddamn world. And they wonder why they fucking lose their ranch or some shit. It's like, well, you're not even, who the fuck who's gonna want to work for someone who don't even fucking, work for themselves? It was one thing, really, one of the regent, they were really smart. When they told me this, they're like, I was like, sometimes it's really hard, like, when I like put myself out there like that, I don't think it's a waste of time. I know I do feel like it changes and helps, but sometimes it's just like, it really is just like, I would rather just be bored about it. She's like, well, sometimes it's hard to do things for people that they won't do themselves or for you. I'm like, yeah, well, that's fucking true. I mean, most of these fuckers, they think that, by getting even with me after all that work is like fucking me up or tripping me, to a place, that's quote unquote better, and this is like wanting to say that this is hell or something. It's like, nah, are they seriously, bro? Like, not even close, bro. Like, not even close. I mean, we've been there, we've tried that. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, I have like, some baggage that I'm not really happy or proud of, but at the same time, like, I think a lot of people are like that. If anything, if anyone's being punished, it's, the goddamn fucking AT&T garbage Cowboys. Like, I'm sure that they made plenty of deals. Dallas made plenty of deals with fucking Lovington. Honestly, and Lovington always wants to act like they could fucking bully fucking everyone because there's a bunch of retarded ass fucking white people. Like, you look at it, you give a fucking bunch of retarded ass white people a bunch of money, and what, you basically say they're above the law, and you act like it's gonna fucking go well. Like, no, regardless of where you're at, it's not gonna go well. Like, they might be able to win fucking, a state championship or 3 state championships in a row, but, at the same time, like, Brian Urlacher isn't winning a Super Bowl, retard. Like, like, you would fucking win. They're so stupid, they would trade 3 state championships for their high school 3A fucking team that means nothing. For a fucking Super Bowl L for like the one guy ever out of NM. Like, that's how fucking dumb they are. And if fucking Texas was involved, I'll tell you right now, dude. Like, they certainly didn't help. Texas didn't even, because you know who they played is they played the Indianapolis Colts, and Texas has a fucking problem. It's thinking that they can be racist with a bunch of Indiana. That's a massive problem that Texas has always fucking had. One of the reasons, in my life, it's one of the reasons why they've always struggled whenever it comes to like bigger league sports that have always been like, decent, to really good or even just, middle of the pack whenever it comes to NCAA. But that's what NCAA move 10 times out of 10. Like, if you're gonna make an NCAA move like that, then that's what you get. Like, that's what you deserve. Like it's like the fucking you think you deserve a lot more than that. Like, I don't give a shit what you think you deserve. I'm gonna tell you what you do deserve. Like I said, like there's facts that matters. One of the problems with fucking giving a lot of white people fucking the privilege of more money is that they'll go and they'll try to like find those problems and delete them. Like go and try and find all the fucking little problems that you can delete, but at the same time, people don't forget. Whenever I say people don't forget, what does that mean? I mean, you're trying to act like everyone's just gonna forget because you deleted a little bit of fucking data. Like, no, people don't forget, motherfucker. Like, it's that simple. If anything, like, the mayor of the fucking city should have been involved at that point because they got nuked for that. You can't hide anything. You have to literally be upfront about every little fucking thing in the world. You can't hide anything these days, literally. There's nothing you can fucking hide. They want to hide the fact that their fucking, Bay was like outslaying me basically. Also the fact that they didn't try hard enough. They didn't know how to double cross. They didn't try hard enough in general. And then the brother or the quote unquote other is I mean we want to say like borderline useless. Like bro, like no dude, that is borderline useless is a fucking understatement. Okay. Because, I mean, at that point, how old would they be? They would be, like, fucking 3 years old or some shit, or 2 years old, according to their math. It doesn't fucking add up, dude. Even then, like, the tryhard was, like, what, 7 or 8? And I'll say this like, right now, like, that tryhard was not giving tonsils to whatever the fuck, I needed, for my championship. If anything, they're taking a fucking lizard culture from hell and, putting it on me at some point. And, if it hurts me or hurts my mom, maybe, but at some point, like I said, it'll get back to that, but it probably did, honestly. Like, holy shit, like, some of the shit I fucking had read about, those people is not good, like, not even a little bit. Like, not even a little bit good, like, they think they deserve a lot, but like, you deserve what, what you worked for it. If there's a small window, like, you better work fucking 10 times as fucking hard, and they didn't. Like I said, they did not work 10 times as hard. If anything, they fucking half-assed it, and then whenever they had the opportunity to come straight and act real, what they did is they either fucking scaved away or weaseled away, or they deleted some actual fact and tried to act like everyone was gonna fucking forget. But like I said, it doesn't work like that. People don't just forget. People don't forget. That's the fucking concept. Like, weasel away or not, you got to fucking believe me on that. Otherwise, you would. Or act like they're gonna fucking will MLS Cup or some fucking retarded ass force league. It's like I don't even think anyone really cares enough, dude. To be honest with you, like. Plus, LA's gonna figure everyone out with a bunch of fucking porn, and people who are involved in that are never gonna fucking help. Be honest with yourself, white privilege has never been good at praying at all, dude. I understand that maybe a 7 or 8 year old wouldn't be able to double cross. I understand that because whenever I was 7 or 8, I wasn't able to double cross. No, but whenever I was 7, actually whenever I was 5, I had my tonsils removed, but they were able to give that to like a church to pray for me, and then whenever I pray for it, it would help that. And that's just how it works. But I mean, that person, maybe they had better health care and they didn't have to get their tonsils removed. But at the same time, like, if you had 2 chances to be a fucking woman president, you're missing it just with the fact that I had to get my tonsils removed to help her wealth, but she didn't have to get her tonsils removed to help me personally, because the fact that I didn't get help personally was detrimental. I mean, you have fucking, a movie star coming into my house and being like, this motherfucker's in recovery. Like, obviously. Obviously, yeah. But when she leaves, she says, "Good luck with your recovery." Why? Because she fucking knows it. It's not hell. It's not recovery. Isn't hell. I already told you where fucking hell is, dude. I'm gonna show you on a goddamn map. You know who went to hell is the fucking what's his name? I gotta look. Gene Hack? No, not Hackman. Not Gene Hackman. The other guy, the dude from fucking Top Gun. That guy went to hell. I'm just gonna be honest with you, dude. Like, some people go to hell. Like, bro, like. You want to act like that shit exists, but I'll tell you right now, bro. Dude, those motherfuckers are so stupid. You would trade 3 state championships for an NFL, Super Bowl for your stud. That's just retarded, dude. That's just the dumbest fucking thing you can do. Let me see, Top Gun. Hell chose themselves. Oh fuck yeah, they chose themselves. That's fucking retarded. Like, not even yeah, I don't even know. That's just like the stupidest fucking thing. Like, I understand that there's like a time frame issue, but at the same time, you know what the problem was? Is they were fucking probably selling their fucking oil to fucking war crimes and shit. Which, like I said, like, bro, well, most of us don't even have nice TVs or anything. We've got to spend fucking $5,000 for like an 80-inch TV. Back then, or even more than that. It's like, bro, you guys are so far fucking behind. They don't even have, Ingrid Koreans coming in here making semiconductors, or Ingrid Thai, coming in here making semiconductors with their oil. They're thinking, oh, we'll just make fucking bombs and get paid, and that's like stupid as fucking itself. Like, bro, make a fucking TV so I could at least fucking enjoy the goddamn game. Like that's the whole fucking purpose of like that sport, right? Is like, oh, having a massive TV to watch the game on, but they're too expensive because these motherfuckers want to sell it to fucking, crude war crime bombs, because you can make bombs with that oil too. You could also sell it to military for their fucking tanks and vehicles and shit. Like, there's a choice there, right? Did they choose right? Absolutely not. Val Kilmer went to hell. That's who went to hell. Val Kilmer. Like, I don't know. No, dude, I'm not in hell, dude. This is a decent place at least. Ooh. All right. Let's go. Alright, feeling better. Need to drink lots of liquids. I made lots of liquids. I brewed some teas. Secretly Mighty Mouse. Secretly Mighty Mouse. Mighty. First name Mighty. Last name Mouse. Middle name Danger. just OT if they, you know, if they push that through so I could get my fucking TV that I want. But you wouldn't believe which one I want. Like, I can't, I'm not gonna tell you because I'm afraid they're gonna I say it and then they're gonna fucking, they're gonna be like, oh, I can't believe you said that. So they're gonna use that as a fucking reason to fucking piss me off or rip me off or get more money out of me. But I don't know, dude. Like, which one I want. Dude. Like, I think I should get a different one. See, I mean, I had to leave anyway. Out the door. Cuss you guys because you gave the hell too much goddamn money for their fucking crew. Fucking, you know. Like, they could cuss me twice themselves. Just them alone. Like, bro, can you fucking believe that? Like, both of those were bad concussions. Like, I'm not talking about like an easy concussion where you come back, you know, a week later. I'm talking about a concussion where I was out for like a month because of how cheap and how fucking bad the hit was. But if they're gonna use, you know, Texas and Houston and Austin money, you know, to buy steroids and ARs so they can get a cheap shot, you know, setup like that, then you have to realize that you're going to be held accountable too as a Texan, because you're fucking enabling them. What are you trying to fucking make sure that they can kill me? Why would you want to fucking kill me? You know, like that's where I look at you and I say, no, you're a fucking problem. And act like I'm the problem. It's like, yo, why don't you look in the fucking mirror? Like before your time. I don't give a shit if it was before your time. That's like fucking an elected official going into a shit show and being like, okay, now I gotta fix this. Like, if you're not gonna fucking fix it, then what? You're probably gonna be a fucking loser. Like, I don't know, like, you're just fucking working for a paycheck if you're not gonna fix anything. Like, the term fix, you understand what that means, right? That means actually making something better, not fucking trying to fucking ruin it more. Literally, like, if you're just gonna fucking try and ruin it more, like, I can understand why you fucking, you know, why you have always been a failure. You can't go around just trying to make everyone's life worse and then what, forcing to get your way. This isn't fucking like, you know, some fucking bullshit fucking, you know, oh, I'm white privileged and what, everyone has to give me what I fucking want, or oh, I have tons of money and all kinds of steroids from white privilege and everyone has to give everyone they want. Like I said, you think you deserve a lot, but what, you deserve what you work for. If you don't, you know, work hard enough or, you know, help other people enough, because that's another part of, you know, working for, you know, working for others, working help, being good at help. Like, if you're not going to be good help and you're not going to work for, you know, good people and stuff, or, you know, like, I could imagine that you would fucking suck ass whenever it came to the term. I also can imagine that you would have a fucking problem 10 or 15 years later after you made a bad decision with a bunch of crew. I can understand that for sure. It's a fucking conservative game, dude. You want to act like it's run by the fucking liberals, but not really. Like they weigh everything, right? They weigh everything is weighed. With all the good that you've done as a city-state, as a team, all the bad that you've done as a city-state, as a team, they weigh everything. They're not just gonna fucking give someone something that they want because they think they deserve it. Like, oh yeah, well I wanted it a lot, so I deserve it a lot. It's like, no, you're stupid. You're stupid. No, you can't. It's like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you know, maybe grow a fucking brain cell, because that's what I had to fucking do, you know? Instead of, you don't even want to fucking help people grow brain cells. You just want to be a bunch of, you know, lame ass. Like, you think that fucking twerking to the point where I fucking blind myself is gonna get me to want to fucking use your fentanyl, and then you wonder why your star player's got a fucking, you know, class 2 or class 3 concussion. At some point, you gotta get over your fucking, you know, your meta, because it didn't work ever. You know, if that's your meta and it's never worked, then maybe you should fucking consider actually trying to help people, because that's not what you do. That's for, if you're gonna fucking twerk and ruin people's lives, you're not helping anyone. You're just adding more to a stupid fucking problem, wondering why you can't get what you want. Or being like a dream thief or some shit. Or being like, just like a nightmare in general, like a total fucking homewrecker. Or like, what is it? Like, oh, well, I tried to fucking, you know, wreck them out of their ranch. It didn't work, so now I'm on their side. It's like, but I lost my ranch. I wouldn't doubt you lose your ranch. Like, shit. Like, someone's losing their ranch at that point, right? I know it's not gonna be me. That would work to you, like you know, like obviously, like you're getting outworked. Like they think that outworking someone is playing fucking Vanguard or some shit. It's like you're fucking real, lady. Vanguard's a fucking pleasantry. You're outworking someone who's losing in fucking Crucible. Like you're not helping anyone but yourself, idiot. You think oh, I had good luck all day because I lost in Crucible all morning. It's like, all right, but what? Just know you're not really helping anyone. Like, I mean, like the people who are worth the damn, they don't even fucking play Crucible, lady. You gotta like that. When I played Crucible like fucking 2 years ago or something, does it still matter? Not really. It's not like I fucking cheap shot a motherfucker and ruined his life. Yeah, Val Kilmer went to hell. There's a good chance that Brian Urlacher's gonna go to hell. Like, dude, like seriously. You know, I mean, like, it's so irrelevant though, because like, you don't want to go there. Like, trust me, I don't even want to fucking go there, dude. Like, fuck that, dude. For what? So I could get addicted to crack and fucking die or some shit? Those motherfuckers were retarded, dude. Like, I still remember one of them. Like, he was like a mole almost, dude. The guy was like an actual fucking mole for them. Like actually fucking retarded, dude. Like, what a terrible fucking mole, right? Just get your fucking informant fucking, you know, wrecked to the point where, you know, you won't even have another lagger like that. You're right, dude. Fucker gonna get sniped. What a petroleum-based product can do. They know what fucking a shit ton of money can do, though. They know what a shit ton of money can do. They didn't even do research on their own fucking shit. You know, like that's how you know you're fucking stupid. You know, talking about hell, like about hell is like literally, like I feel as if like that's one of the last places you would want to like give a shit ton of fucking money for no good reason. Like, I do think that the war crimes that they were committing probably were making them feel good. Yeah, you kill fucking 50 people with one fucking bomb. You kill 60 people with one fucking bomb. That oil's coming from your fucking root. That probably would feel good for the community, dude. That's fucked up, though, dude. You can't be fucking, you know, selling fucking, you know, murder like that. Like, bro, like, they're still humans, even though they're not American. Doesn't mean they're not human. So that's where a Texan is actually stupid as fuck. That's where a Texan may never be able to win a fucking Super Bowl. Because like you don't even understand that I'm a human. You don't even understand that, you know, the people that you would murder with that crude, you know, war crime is a human. Yeah, you don't even understand it, like the fine details. You certainly don't want to respect humans, that's for sure. If you're just gonna fucking, you know, murder them so petty. You're just invested in a petty murder at that point. Oh, and if I speak out, are you gonna wreck me? It's like, well, I don't fucking drive a vehicle, motherfucker. What happens whenever I start driving to you? You're gonna hit me with a fucking semi? Like, well, I'm never gonna fucking drive then. I'm gonna fucking, you know, use like fucking 20 VPNs anytime I fucking leave my house. If I can make sure I can fucking download every fucking VPN on the Microsoft store. You know, it's like, bro, like. If there's one thing that you can fucking trick pretty easy is a bunch of fucking, you know, gas retards, because look, they can't even fucking win one Super Bowl. They can't win a fucking NBA championship. They can't win a Super Bowl. They literally don't know how to fix their goddamn problem. It's like, bro, you know what, your problem is you're fucking selling murder so you can oppress a bunch of goddamn fucking, you know, minorities in a place that, you know, saved us from war. It's like you basically fucking are trying to erase like all the facts. That's their biggest problem. It's like, we get it, you have money, we get it, you have white privilege, but have you ever actually tried hard for someone else whenever they needed it most? Like I'm talking about for like 3 or 4 years, even 5 years even. I'd love to see someone fucking try for me like that for 5 years, the way I tried for my dad, because I bet you it'll never fucking happen. You know, his stupid fucking hookup's the one that gets the goddamn, you know, big win, because, you know, my people didn't even have the right juice, and what? Like, I almost feel like they were putting up a block so that my people couldn't even get the right juice. And it's like, oh, well, we get 5 times or 4 times as much. It's like, yeah, I do realize that you kind of are a weasel and you kind of are a snake. I also realize that whenever I needed your help most, you didn't show up. Instead, what? I ended up with a shit and a concussion. Like, fucking stay home and pray a fucking diamond, idiot. Like, yeah, right. Like, fucking 7-year-olds and shit. Like that's so fucking stupid. Like literally, like that's not even my mom's move. That's literally my dad's move. What a bunch of hell. I mean, we had to go to hell what like 4 times a year, bro. That fucking sucked, dude. I literally fucking hated going there, dude. It was the worst. I mean, you don't get worse than that. Just like a bunch of fucking, crack addicts in the goddamn fucking stands. And they all have fucking STDs from Mexico because they go and fucking, buy fucking, blowjobs and fucking sucks at the whorehouses there because they're so fucking close and shit. And then Mexico's like, well, blah, blah, blah. It's like, Mexico, you're not even in top 10 contenders in the World Cup this year because you're literally enabling those retards. That's not even good money. That's a bunch of fucking, murder, fucking, retard money is what they're giving you. And then you wonder why you're fucking, a bunch of murdering retards. I probably would have played golf had gone to Bosque. Probably. I would have done basketball and golf, and maybe even lacrosse or soccer. Either soccer, basketball, and lacrosse or golf. I might have even played four sports. Honestly, would have been in a lot better place. Going to hell fucking sucks, dude. It does. I mean, you guys don't want to fucking agree that that's hell, or you've never been there probably. But I mean, like, dude, like that. Even Roswell was much better than that place, dude. That place, every single fucking time, dude. They what? It's like they had fucking, they had more guns, more assaults like guns, more assault like ammo, more fucking cheese, more fucking everything, dude. And they had way more diseases and way more, and they just spewed it on you, dude. Like it was, bro. We were honey glazed, dude. We were like bukkake, dude. Like it was disgusting. It fucking sucked. Every fucking time we went there, I made at least 3 or 4 mistakes. And I'm like a perfectionist, right? Like I mean, especially back then, I should have maybe made 2 mistakes. But like, it's hell, like, dude, I'm gonna make like 3 or 4, and what, like, it sucked, dude. Like, I swear that in football, they literally all they did was fucking injure us all fucking year. Like, bro, it was just like, I mean, shit, dude. I don't dare anyone to fucking go there, but I'm telling you, it was. I have a feeling that the furthest that Bosque would have gone, and to that is either to Mesilla Valley or to Tularosa, which I mean, both of those places aren't even close to as bad, dude. No way, bro. Oh my God, no way. That's too nice. It's too nice, dude. Like shit, bro. That's so crazy. I don't know where hell is. They wanted to say this is hell. I'm like, bro, you're so stupid. What an ignorant. What an ignorant ion, dude. This is ignorant. That is quite ignorant. Never having to go to hell one time and acting like this is hell. It's like, that's so ignorant. Golly, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you get any more fucking pathetic? Like, these are the pitiful people that you bring in with your Xfinity fucking, H5 data center. It's like, wow. If maybe had you got a fucking, Chrome Quantum, Google Quantum, you'd actually bring people who understand, simple finite details. Simple finite detail to you, like. Well, I mean, if I tell you that there is a hell and this isn't it, and I tell you this other person went to hell and what, this other person might go to hell and what, I'm being honest and what, that's a finite detail that you either remember or what. I mean, I have a feeling they have a hard time understanding that. But this, like, saying that this place is hell or saying that, where we're at is hell, like, you're so off. Like, you're like 5 hours away. Like, what's like 6 hours? Like, are you gonna take a fucking, flying car or some shit? Like, You're gonna fucking crash on impact probably. Hope you have the right type of crude. Like, damn. Done. Huntsville just said, blame war crimes. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking war crimes. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, it can't be any more fucking stupid than that. Like, that's where you actually need like the data of the Erlanger to be like, yeah, guys, but going to the fucking like mayor's office and like showing up for like city hall meetings and shit, being like, yeah, we can't do that. Oh yeah, we can't do that. Why? Because it only helps hell, and what we need it to help, Chicago. It'd be like, Chicago's hell. Like, no, you're off again, dude. You're off, bro. I'm telling you right now, dude. Illinois isn't even that bad of a state, dude. What are you talking about, dude? Like, have you even read fucking statistics? Like, I look at statistics all the goddamn time, bro. Like, you act like I don't know shit. Like, you can act like whatever you want, but I've been around the block. I've been up and down. Central. Uh, I've been offered the meth trip, and I said no, dude, because I understand. I don't want to have a bunch of pussy. I want a boy that's gonna fucking help me, help his paw, because girls might like help the mom more, but I mean a boy like if it's a good boy, he'll at least help the paw, for the most part. In some cases, I guess. Kind of difficult, I got to explain to someone who was raised privileged that this is not the hell you are looking for. That's hell, blah blah blah. Like, oh Lord, not this again, not this, not this. You call it a lot of things. You call it a press. You call it like just like a silly waste of time. You could say it's like it's a sleeper house. Like, but you certainly can't say it's hell. Like, that's where you're just so stupid. Like at that point, like I'm gonna want I'm gonna want to target you because that's what hell does. Like you're gonna say this is hell, then what? Let's start targeting people. Let's start targeting states. Let's start targeting brands. You know, that's what the hell fucking demons would do for hell because they're over here giving them free lodging and all the goddamn cheese. A bunch of bullcrap is what it is. I want to fucking agree. That's fine. You don't have to agree. No, I hated that place. Like, I never even visited one time out of competition. Every single time it was because of competition. And dude, they were always so much better than us at everything. They had no right being in 3A. Those motherfuckers needed to be in 4A, dude. Like, they knew that if they went to 4A that they might get bullied, so they fucking like probably like tricked some fucking stat, honestly, because they were way too good to be 3A, dude. Like, it was like going to Boise. Like every time you go to Boise, you just get fucking stomped. Like literally, they had a fucking blue turf like that. They were a bunch of crucial fucking racists. All they did was screw over the Texans and the Cowboys and the Bears whenever fucking Brian Urlacher was on their team because they're just so fucking stupid. They think that because they're white privilege and have a bunch of fucking money from oil that they could do whatever the fuck they want, but they don't realize that other people have rules set in different places and they're not even willing to do research for that shit. They just want to act like whatever they're fucking doing will work. And it never does. Maybe it works in fucking 3A fucking, football and basketball, but it doesn't work, whenever you're trying to help, like a higher power, like anything that actually is, worth anything because I mean, oil, is it really worth that much? It's worth some, like, I guess kind of like, but I mean, I go through Costco and I go through Sam's Club and I see all these TVs and they're just sitting there and I'm like looking and like, how often do they actually sell that shit and stuff? Like, I'm sure they probably wouldn't make that deal earlier because they realize that they're not going to be able to make as much money as fast as they could. And I mean, they were just a bunch of fucking crack addicts, like, like wanting to get their dick wet in Mexico and shit. Everything that they did was monetized. Everything was monetized. Like, their rep was fucking monetized with a steroid. Their fucking, like, their drive was monetized by an assault rifle and a bullet. Their fucking, their recovery was monetized with, cheese that, I mean, they didn't even have to pay for. If anything, they're getting paid, twice as much as they should for that alone. And everything they turned it, like it all becomes like some like weird fucking paywall, and it's just fucking stupid. It was just the dumbest thing. Like that's how hell is. Like that's how you want to fucking live everywhere. Then maybe the world is turning to hell. But I don't think that the world is as bad as that. Honestly, like I really don't think that a lot of America would follow suit for that type of like way. There are some things that maybe have a little bit, but even then, like, they're not as serious because they won't run someone's fucking life as hard because you can really, run a lot of lives that way. I mean, you could run an entire state, not just New Mexico, but like I said, they're running Texas for that too. They're even running parts of Illinois for that because, those gangs get around and all those viruses get around and all that bad karma gets around and they don't understand how to fix that. They can't fix it. They don't understand. They think that they could just throw diamonds at it or, a little bit of hype, but it doesn't work that easy. It's not, you can't just ruin someone's life and then throw diamonds and hype at them. It just doesn't work like that. It's that's not how America works, at least. Like, it's certainly not how the NFL's not going to reward you for that. Like, they're going to be like, well, if they were good, like, keep them clean and, good. But, I was good and what? They didn't keep me clean and good. They fucking, ruined my fucking brain and ruined my back 2 times over. Like, 2 cheap shots in a row. Like, like, going there, like, I remember one time, I had a concussion and I was like, well, they're playing us in 4 weeks, in a month. Do you want to play against them? I was like, no. I was like, no, they're just gonna fucking injure me again. like, bro, these guys have literally tried to injure me for like the past 3 years. Like, they literally got away with it this time. It's like that was the worst concussion you may have ever had in your fucking, program. And you're gonna ask me if I'm gonna play in, a month against the same fucking team? It's like, no, absolutely not. I'm not gonna fucking, die in my fucking home field because, a bunch of crack idiots want to fucking, rip on me and, pop coke, under the bleachers and shit. Wondering why Mexico, whatever, it's their fucking turn to, show that they can be better, get fucking stomped. Not even top 10. Is that a contender? I mean, I would be surprised if a team that wasn't even top 10 has ever won, a World Cup, because that's like that's like the contenders, like, bro, like none of those people have karma that bad, like that's like the worst fucking thing you could ever fucking imagine, this is what they appease, the fucking war crime, white privileged retards, instead of the people who are actually worth a damn working their ass off every fucking day, not taking any shortcuts because that's what the fucking rule was. Don't take shortcuts. Like that's like some people they fucking buy all into the shortcut and then they ruin everything around them, anything that's ever helped them, the shortcut included. And what you have the other people on the other side of the spectrum that don't take any shortcuts and literally do everything the way that they're told by people who are like actual military who don't believe in that type of retard. They don't. They don't believe in that type of retard. You can't fucking take shortcuts in the military. You want to, like, I feel it's almost if like Mexico at some point it's like, oh well, we'll go up there and we'll be able to be their military. It's like, no, you're not. You're gonna get stomped by the military anytime you try to fucking fight them straight up. End of story. Because you're like relying on a shortcut, and they don't. That's like one of the last things they fucking believe in. Like literally, I guarantee you that if Roswell went into Lovington, they would stomp them. Why? Because Nimi is gonna fucking outright them, and they know that, and they're a bigger team and they're more physical. Yeah, but at the same time, like that team, like in football, might actually be able to beat Roswell at home because of all the craziness that Mexico is allowing them, and for some reason Mexico thinks that they're going to be able to win whatever the fuck they want in a war crime. But what is it that they want, It's like, can you even get Mexico all to decide on one thing that they fucking want? Like, probably not. Like, shit, dude, like, that's like, bro, that's like terminally ill. Like, that country is like, are they barely hanging on? Well, and the last thing I watched on fucking YouTube about them is they were just like trying to fucking, invade America through Texas, and it didn't even come close because whenever it comes to a straight up, fight with America, not even China's really going to be able to do much, dude. Like, if you think you're going to be able to do much, China has way more fucking people and way more military. So they fucking kind of like cower and like sleeve and snake, and what? If you're not going to be a contender, you're not going to be a contender because maybe they don't like snakes, maybe they don't like sleeves. Sleeving and snaking can only work so far. Like, but I mean, a lot of this stuff happens in the winter too, where a sleaze and a snake, like they don't get out much. So I mean, that's your play, like being a sleaze and a snake. You do have to realize, like, whenever it comes to terms for, the most important shit that everyone wants, maybe not you, but everyone wants, that, it's cold and you're a sleaze and a snake, and a sleaze don't cover up much, and a snake's cold-blooded, they can't be out in the cold. I agree with me that Val Kilmer went to hell. You think his dying wish was fucking for them to fucking sell out to Samsung or some shit? Oh, they killed him anyways. He said, that's not enough money fast enough for my crack addicts. No way, dude. Destiny is not even hell. You're wrong again, man. You're wrong again. Wrong again. Wrong again. Monarchy not maybe is a little bit of hell, but I mean you're just what you can't just fucking throw like, certain places under the bus whenever you don't even know the first fucking shit about half the goddamn place. You want to say that half of Doso is a bunch of illegal that are bad? Like, I wouldn't even say it was that bad, dude. No, probably not. Like, I think that if Doso was bad, it was probably because they had to take on a culture that, in Lovington, that was just, like the worst culture in the country. Maybe like that's got to be the worst culture in the country. You want to say Messia was bad? No way Messia was not doing that much crack. There's no way Messia was fucking that much fucking Mexico. Maybe like Las Cruces in a whole was, but not that private school. Like, You know, Mesilla Valley is like a nicer type of, you know, way. Like, I was gonna say Lovington was nice. Like, not even, dude. Like, no, not even a little bit. Like, holy shit, bro. Like, people are fucking psychos. You want to say it's called loving? Loving NM. It's like, shut the fuck up. Why? Because Loving has a fucking bad rap? I'm gonna take your time. Like, what ton of what, dude? Ton of crude and what? Fucking, you know, bomb my fucking house or some shit? Oh, you wanna believe it? Dylan Gabriel? He's like, oh, well, some say if I shout, if I come. He's like, nah, I don't think so. I think, you know, you're, you know, you know, the show and the comp, like, the only way they go together is if you believe in, like, that hellish fucking paywall. At this point, because of how, you know, Temple has decided they want it to be so crude. But I mean, if Temple wants to be crude, you'll understand that they're not being good because they're below 500. They had one of the best legacy shooters in the nation, and they still are below 500, dude. Like, holy shit, right? That's how you know you're fucking crude as fuck, right? You want to be hell, then what? That, like I said, you get what you deserve. You might want, you know, a lot, but what you always get what you deserve. And when, like, if that's how you're gonna play, you know, the 505, the people who are 500, the 575, people that can get you above 500, then what? You do have to understand that some of us are the same. Some of us are from the South, and when just because we live in your fucking paywall hell doesn't mean that we're gonna fucking pay you $700 a month to be fucking a comp show. If you're gonna fucking include that fucking paywall as a temple, I wouldn't doubt you would fucking struggle. Like, holy fuck, like, bro, like, talk about a bunch of fucking privileged white, like, bro, you get more fucking privileged and elitist than that, like, question mark? Like, well, what's a missile? You know, what's a fucking, you know, what's a faggot? Like, they don't even know that a fucking split piece of fucking wood could be considered a faggot. Like, they wouldn't even think that people that, like, rule fucking towns like Dosa would be getting called a faggot all the time by, like, fucking gangsters for no good, just because we fucking, you know, keep our fucking family warm by fucking, you know, splitting wood. Remember, those motherfuckers are just playing fucking GTA eating Cheetos. Just playing GTA and eating Cheetos while I'm fucking actually splitting the faggot. And what? Even though they're calling me that and shit, like, at school, do I really let it affect me? No, I don't, because I was raised a lot more tough than that. My dad was. I mean, they don't. Those motherfuckers wouldn't even know what a demerit is. They wouldn't know what a demerit is. They wouldn't know what a fucking what actually having to fucking, clean the goddamn bathroom as a fucking, 5-year-old because you have a demerit and you have to work it off and what, learning as you get older and what, then being able to leeway with that type of stuff. Oh, well, I get in trouble, so I have to do this. If I don't get in trouble, then I do this, and I should get, something out of it. That's how it works. That's how fucking leeway works. It's like, you like it in the military? Like, kinda is. Yeah, dude. Like, but like, if someone's gonna call me a fucking faggot to my face and a retard to my face at school, like, it doesn't mean that much. I'll be honest with you. They're just trying to fucking fight me and get me expelled. Like, I don't have to fight that, dude. Like that's not even that bad. That's not even hell, dude. Those at least they weren't like. At least those kids weren't going to Mexico and fucking whores and then like spewing all the STD on me. At least they weren't fucking doing crack and shit and spewing fucking the STD of the crack and shit on me of the taint. Like they didn't do that, so it wasn't that bad. But even then, you're talking about like 4 people out of 1,000 people that were actually bad. Think about that. Actually, it was more like 3 out of 1,000. I mean, one of them wasn't like I said, he wasn't as bad. He was kind of like trying to mediate shit, and then the other 2 were like literally trying to fucking like, fight. And then there was another one that like I swear the dude like was just like doing what he was fucking told. And what? Oh, this was a fucked up shit, man. Like, can't be having that. Like, they're gonna blame Mexico for all that shit. You can't just eliminate me as the threat, dude. Like I said, like you could try and destroy a bunch of data, but people don't forget, right? That's where whenever what if you're trying to be in that top 10, like what have you done the past 10 years, for the better wealth? And I'm not just talking about the fucking famous New Jersey people, right? Like it starts with your neighbor, because you should treat your neighbor as you expect to get treated, right? Like. I don't know what the fuck they're expected to get treated like first place in a fucking World Cup like that after treating us like this. Like, bro, you literally went all in on helping hell. Like, bro, like that's not even like better. There's nothing hell about better, dude. Like, better is it's above good. Hell is bad. Hell is on the opposite side of that, dude. Hell doesn't rule over better, dude. You even like the thing about better is that you're talking about a Jew that understands and is willing to learn and adapt always on the fly, and he's not really elitist. You might think that, oh well, better is elite. It's like not as much as you probably think. Elitist people, they don't get shit done, Like, you even say like elitist, even probably like on the more good side of the spectrum, like maybe on the good side going bad, but it really just depends on how the elitist is doing that week, right? Because I know that the BNH better people and the people representing like the border like in ways that are better, like they're not elitist. You can't just say that, oh well they're elite, so what? We'll be able to blah blah blah. We'll be able to affiliate this. We'll be able to affiliate that. Like, you're not even on the right track. I mean, you're literally like for the 10 years you've been. I mean, at least for 5 years, I felt like I was tortured. By that hell, and what, like another 5 years to get into a place where I can actually, think for myself. So 10 years of my life was, basically destroyed by hell, a hell that they think that, by appeasing that they're going to get what they want. But what, do you think it's going to be that way with the way it looks for the contenders? Because, I mean, I can give you my honest opinion. I don't know anyone on their team or anything, but I can give you my honest opinion. I don't know them a favor, that's for sure. I mean, they'd have to come in here and give me a king's ransom if they wanted me to, throw a hand for them. But even then, they might not even be rooting for their own team because, like I said, the 3 or 4 kids weren't even rooting for their own team. They were literally just trying to fucking injure us. They wanted, us to like, sell out or pray for their soccer team or some shit. I don't know. A lot of them just do what they're fucking told, and what people are telling them shit, they're all cracked out or they're on a bunch of fucking, lace fucking cannabis. At that point, it's like, how do you expect it to be, better for you in the long run? Because that's where you actually needed it to be, especially with how the cup is situated. I guess fucking glitch. Of course it gets fucking glitched, dude. we just have to kill this one guy maybe. That way squish. Gonna waste my time here. Now that they're not a contender, they want to fucking blame me. It's like, bitch, you had your fucking opportunity to fucking make my life nice. Instead, you made a bunch of fucking, you know, probably a bunch of incest fucking white idiots, dude. Like, bro, like, that's one of the fucking worst problems with oil wealth. Half the time they're fucking incest as fuck and they don't know the first thing about helping other people. Like, they couldn't even fucking help Brian Urlacher, dude. Like, shit, the fuck, man? How do you not help fucking Brian Urlacher there, dude? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just stupid. They were like, well, you can what? You could either win a Super Bowl with your stud, or you can get 3 in a row for your 3A team. I'll go with 3 in a row. Like, it was fucking stupid, dude. That's the stupidest thing. You can't be more dumb than that. Oh no, dude, it's fucking stupid. I quit after that, dude. I literally, I told them next year I'm not doing that. I thought the coach was really fucking brainwashing me to think I could run a 400 like my dad, and like these motherfuckers, like they had no right putting a fucking tarp out there. Like that's so. Why would you even do that? Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like that fucking dude, that ruined my. Oh, bro, I fucking hated it after that, dude. That shit fucking hurt like a motherfucker. Falling on a field hurts. It's not that bad, but falling on a track, dude, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. I never even told my dad that happened. My mom never even knew that happened. Coach Yanko. I mean, honestly, dude, they just cover everything up because they're a bunch of fucking white privilege, dude. Like, just think about it like that. Think about, like, being white privilege so you don't have to fucking believe in accountability and then wondering why you fucking lose the state championship for something that you probably shouldn't, right? Oh, we were supposed to win that year. We were blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I mean, first of all, you guys don't take any accountability for jack shit. If something, you know, if there's a problem, you just try to fucking delete it. Goddamn time. Like, people solve the problems and they come up with solutions to help with problems that are similar, whereas you just want to fucking delete the problem. One of the reasons why I chose UNM over NMSU is because I didn't want to just delete a fucking problem, or I didn't want to just fucking skate by on fucking, you know, some stupid ag. I actually wanted to, you know, help with a solution. I figured that would happen here, or happen in ABQ, and the Crucis it was just kind of like dumbed down. They just wanted to, like, you know, be a fucking pal about it. They wanted to fucking buy guns and make drugs and create, like, you know, these weird type of, like, happiness paywalls. Oh wait, and my dad, he went to NMSU, and they literally brainwashed him into thinking that he needs to do everything on alcohol, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not, brother. You do not want to do everything on alcohol. The only time you want to do anything on alcohol is if you're around a bunch of other people who are doing things on alcohol, because it's a party drug. I blame MSU for that. I do. I honestly do. I do blame NMSU for that. They just want to fucking buy, like, to make all of our alumni an alcoholic fucking gun or some shit. And their fucking dean is probably like some fucking whore who thinks it's a fucking good feeling anytime her alumni fucking, you know, drinks a fucking, you know, can of shit. I love a can, so cool. I love a can whip ass. What the hell, bro? Varety.
brew some more tea, and you know, that's about it. No, I mean they gotta. If that mayor was smart, he would have fucking snitched on them, and he would have braved diamonds for our team anytime we fucking played them. But if he wouldn't have done that, if he was really smart, he would have fucking, you know, just knocked us down to 2A. Either that or, you know, force them out of, like, force a petition. Like, I mean, they were just so much better than everyone else in the league. It was like, I mean, force a petition, you know, do something. Like, you're supposed to be a leader. Like, of course the fucking dude was from Texas, so he fucking didn't know how to lead for shit. Like, bro, force a petition, have everyone fucking sign it in the whole fucking city, then go to the other fucking cities of the other places that are also in the district, which I think it was like Portales and Deming. There's gotta be another one in there somewhere. Like, go there, fucking have them sign it. Be like, bro, these motherfuckers are cheating, like, and what? Like, they're way more, you know, they're way more juiced, they're way more heated, and they're way more cracked. Like, you know, like for the safety of our own players and the safety of our people from our town, our village, like, and the safety of your players and the safety of your town and your village, like go there and do something. But those motherfuckers were lazy as shit, dude. Like they didn't give a fuck. They didn't choose route A. They didn't choose route B. They're fucking stupid. They're dumb. Well, I mean, you just have to blame the mayor at that point. Like, you can't blame anyone else. Like, where is he from? Oh, he's from Texas. Is like, well, I mean, I guess like people who come here that are raised here and like all that stuff, like they're not that bad. But people that come here that are raised in Texas, they fucking suck. Like, they seriously, they fucking suck because, you know, a lot of times they were like born into money and they don't know what like a hard day work is, so they won't go out and do the shit that they need to do. Like starting a petition, you actually have to like move a lot. You have to go from point A to point B to point C to point D and then back to point A again, and then what? Then you gotta make a bunch of damn phone calls, you know, to people who are like in charge of that. And then, you know, it takes like actual work. You can't just let motherfuckers like, you know, get injured time and time again. You're lazy. Their hand is their perfect little angel is like 7 or 8 years old, and what, she doesn't even know how to double cross, much less make her own guy. So like, how is that gonna help me? You know, like that's your rebuttal. Like, wow, you must be retarded. Like, retard, what a retard do right there. Well, I could understand why the Texans can't win a Super Bowl. I could understand why the Cowboys can't win a Super Bowl. You don't even respect better people. You think that you're better than someone just because you're a Texan or just because you're a Cowboy. Like, that doesn't make you better than jack shit. You actually have to, you know, do better things in the world. You know, you do better things in the world, make other people's lives better, not just your own. Like, nah, dude. Like, you're just gonna make your own life better. Like, there's no way. There is no way you're helping other people. And I think that's one of the problems that, like, a 7-year-old would fucking have right there. You can say whatever you want about their fucking mommy or their fucking cousin or their auntie or whatever. They're not helping them, you know? You're just gonna fucking offer some shingles on a fucking platter or something? Like, doesn't help. Doesn't help them. mean, 10 years behind. That's not good. You can't be 10 years behind. That's terrible. That's literally like do you even get worse math than that? Like 11 years behind. Like bro, you're like too far behind is like 6 years behind in my mind. Like if you're 6 years behind, you are too far behind. If you are too far behind, like holy shit. Like what are you? You expect me just to fucking leave my family that have taught me everything and turned me into the better man that I am today? Like seriously, what a bunch of fucking delusional retard. You must be so stupid. Like, is that a lost and liberal play? No, it's not. It's what it is it's like some desperate fucking Dallas thing, and it's like a Houston thing like on the side that got what they wanted a couple of times off us, and wonders why they can't get more. It's like, well, you don't even know how to fucking help. You don't know how to like enough. You don't know how to do subscribe even. If anything, all you know how to do is take all the monetization that I would gain here and to have it for yourself. Super fucking greedy. Or yeah, I mean that's like literally. It's like I'm feeding a fucking family, but I'm not actually capable of feeding myself, or my family can have whatever they want and be privileged as fuck, but I have to go through hell first. Like seriously, it's not right. It's just not a. It's really wrong. Like you expect me to do the what is it called? Some fucking Houston fucking technology website, and I tried it and they doxed me and they didn't even give me the technology I asked for, and then expect me to fucking continue trusting them? It's like at that point I'm looking at you and I'm not gonna fight you if you call me faggot or retard, but I'm gonna look at you and we're gonna have a stare down. You know who loses in a stare down? A privileged white loser. A privileged white loser loses in a stare down 10 times out of 10. Why am I trying to, I'm trying to see if you're a privileged white loser or not in a stare down. If you lose to me in the stare down, I have no right helping you again after that if you're not going to fucking subscribe, make a deal, or, ask me politely in a way that I actually would fucking give a damn about. I get it, like, Rebecca really needs our help or something, but I don't know how much I really give a shit about school board besides the fact I'll just vote for it. It's school board. I don't have children going into school, or I do, and honestly, I'm sure they're better off, granted that they're, totally monetized and totally privileged. Dad's cousin is running for school board and the election is tomorrow. I already voted for her. Over Rebecca Benson. She was raised in New Mexico. Her roots, like Kansas, or fucking, yeah, Kansas. Wichita, Kansas is where her roots are. She's much better than a bunch of stupid fucking Texas retard, that's for sure. Get to Carlsbad, but if you're good in Carlsbad and you keep him like super like uptight, like it will be much better in the long run, because they won't be able to paywall him with some fucking liquid enrichment. Say his liquid sus. It's like it's clearly Google enrichment. What happened to everyone? Oh, they glitched again. Of course. Fucking like Canada fucking viruses their servers anytime they're fucking upset. They just want to blame everything on fucking Destiny and Microsoft and fucking Bungie and shit, cause like I said, a bunch of white fucking privileged idiots
think that they could just dump all their hate on other people for no good reason. Like, bro, like maybe if you didn't have that fucking trick up your sleeve, you would have actually been able to clutch it at home. But I think everything is, taken into account. Even stupid ass tricks like that, that's taken into account as a bad thing. If you lose at home, it's probably because you can't clutch it at home because you do too many bad things like that. You have all, oh, I have all these bad things. I have all these bad weapons. I have all these bad worms. I have all these bad, this and bad that. Like, bro, like, at what point do you not look at yourself and be like, hey, man, we're the only way we're gonna win this is if we're better. It's better, like, I mean, shit, dude. I watched something on Toronto the other day. It was talking about how apparently they have like some weird syndicates. Yeah, yeah. Alright, fucking letters. So the fucking mayor does that shit. Jesus Christ, dude. You're expecting a fucking 15 or 16-year-old to know how to fucking do something like that? God, man. You must have some fucking high hopes for a living. Shaw, bro. My nana was born in Wichita. A lot of her family is from Kansas. But yeah, I mean like they're they're not white privilege, that's for sure. Like they're like farmers. They were. And I know they had like a pretty bad problem with like alcoholism and stuff. Mostly like the guys. Oh, the trap game again. Just need to like leave the server, dude. That's all. Like everything to be solo experience. likes more variety in Vanguard. You have to make it easy so people don't fucking die during your fucking run for goddamn MLB. But I mean, you need someone smarter, better to tell you that, right? But now I want fucking variety, and when I also want to fucking, you know, to push whatever deal that my dad's gonna get, so he can help me pay off all my debts, so I can fucking buy the goddamn TV I want. Cause I'm playing on some small ass motherfucker, and I want to play on a big boy, cause I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy now. I know you guys are like, whoa, blah, 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 blah. How about this? Shut the fuck up and do what I tell you, or what? Or we're gonna have a fucking problem. You know, like, do you understand? Like, you think you're gonna fucking outbeat me and fucking make me a problem? It's like, I'm just gonna hit you with a bunch of solution if we have a fucking problem, and you're gonna wonder why, you know, the Rams get fucking cut off in the playoffs. Like, your Chargers are already dead ass, right? But, like, realistically, like, you know, your next influence that you want to win is your Rams, and when, I mean, your Lakers are supposed to be good. It's like, yeah, well, you know, that's the thing I could actually help with is, like, Lakers, I don't want to help with the Rams, so, like, you're actually, like, enabling me to fucking shut you down at that point. Like, because I'll beat you in a fucking, you know, problem battle because I do have a lot more solutions than that. Like, their solution is a bunch of German retard. Germany didn't fucking want themselves. Or a bunch of Chinese skis that China would. China, you don't even know what China's doing. Like, you have no idea China would want that for themselves or not. Like, that's like, you wouldn't even fucking research out that shit. I'm sure of it. No, I don't want your stupid gang tank, dude. How about this? No thanks. I'm not impressed. Like, you asked me a million reasons why, and I'll give you over a million reasons why with my solution. I don't like it whenever people think that they can injure someone and then make them fuck into their, like, bullshit. I just don't like that. That's not what I think about love. Nah, I'm sorry, like, you know, some people, they would get injured by a certain, you know, bullshit and then automatically put that bullshit in the fucking corner and say, hey, you're not even on my to-do list. And they'd be like, well, it's been 10 years. I'd be like, okay, but it's my decision if I want to put you on my to-do list or not. And I haven't done that. And you can continue to do whatever you like and I said this or that. But just know that what you're not gonna get some, you know, giant fucking cream out of this. You know. I really do kind of hate people who manipulate love like that because that's not how I was raised to think about love. I know maybe you were raised in a different way, but I'm not trying to force you to think of love the way I'm thinking about it, right? I'm just telling you how I think about it. Don't look at love like that. Like, you know, if anything, it makes me kind of want to, like, target you. And if Dub targets you, and, you know, French get the advantage, it's like, you just have yourself to blame. Like, you could blame China. You can try and blame Germany, but you're not going to get away with any of that. That's where you actually have to do the goddamn research. Remember doing fucking research? Like, you guys act like you don't have fucking fiber optics in Mexico City. better win just on that alone. Like, you gotta realize that not all fucking, you know, Americans are gonna want to go to fucking Mexico City, bro. Like, yeah, right, bro. You're so fucking lost. Holy shit. Like, bro, if that's your fucking win, you just bet against yourself, dude. There's no way, dude. Bro, like, get the fuck out of here. How's this fucking the stupidest fucking thing? Like, bro, like, talk about going all in on being a gaslighting idiot. GI, bro. Like, nah, dude. I can eat. I'm, you know, if I'm hungry, I can eat. If I have an urge, I can take a thistle. You know, count me, dude. Oh, is my life so bad? So I try and turn it into hell more like, and then wonder why it's not even fucking close. You signed with the wrong side if you're fucking choosing hell to win a better league. Probably winning in Kansas. Oh wow, you could win in Midwest if, you know, my aunt wins. But I don't know. I don't guarantee that win. Like, I don't go to the voting place and, like, you know, convince everyone. I'm too tired, dude. Like, you guys really underestimate how bad I've been. Because I mean, those are just the ones where I'm getting blindsided from behind, dude. There was some times where I just got straight up decked in the face, or like just straight up wrecked in the face, or just straight up thrown, like ragdolled in a way that didn't even make sense. It was like, you know, like I was literally getting crack ripped by my own fucking, you know, wannabe king or something. Like mad that I fucking, like, you know, blood drawn them or some shit. Like, they're like, where the fuck are you growing getting off? Like, play fucking, you know, GTA and eat Cheetos. Like handshake everyone so they can fucking injure them and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, right, dude. If that was your chance to fucking win, dude, that's like, that's not even a hard fail, dude. That's like literally like -2, dude. Like you're aiming for like a C. You're getting it like, no, dude. You're not even getting a grade. Like not getting a grade is like the worst. It's worse than getting a D or an F. Dude, like, the odds of that happening are so low, dude, like, shit. Like, you might as well be, like, at a 1% chance of winning, like it's just like, the dumbest thing you could ever fucking do, like. Yeah, if you shoot at a different place and not Mexico for a lab, dude. You have like, you know, the right to come in here and send good people too. You don't have to just send all the fucking, you know, retards trying to force, you know, pain and injury and loss.
Dude, this the problem is that like it's almost like the balancing factor right there would be like a bunch of Texas help, but dude, they're so bad at helping anyone. It's so crazy, dude. Like it's wild how bad Texas people are at helping other people. You know, they expect everyone else to help them. And that maybe that's how it is, but what the second they have to help someone else, what happens? They can't do it because they're not raised to know how to do it right because they never have had to do it their whole life. They've always just had to, work for themselves and, work with a team to help, themselves and the team, but they've never had to actually go out and like help like, some other like entity or they're trying, but what at the same time, like I said, like you gotta like be putting it on people that are at least 10 years behind. If you're 10 years behind the eight ball, that is really bad. You shouldn't even be 8 years behind the eight ball. If you're 10 years behind the eight ball, you have any idea how bad that is? You're not winning a Super Bowl. You understand? You're not winning a Super Bowl 2 times in your own fucking NRG stadium that you spent billions on. 2 times you played it there and you lost both of them. That's how bad you are. If they had a Super Bowl in AT&T Stadium in Dallas, they're not winning. You're 10 years plus behind the eight ball of a nuke, of like the state that saved the fucking world. You're 8 plus years. You shouldn't even be 8 years plus. Like you're over 10 years plus. That's how I know you're not winning a Super Bowl just alone, just based on South America targeting. I can pray for you. You can come close, and then I give up because you end up getting me sick because you're trying to say I'm the problem. And what? Because I don't do this or because I don't do that. And you want to look at me instead of looking in the mirror. Or you want to like, create a problem for me that I quote unquote need to solve, but that's not the problem I'm trying to solve. I'm trying to solve the fact that, I can like say that, hey, no, they're not 8 years behind the eight ball. They're just 4 years behind the eight ball, or they're just 3 years behind the eight ball. But they're trying to make it too real, and it becomes a problem because if you're going to waste your money on gaslighting me instead of actually supporting my stream, that's not okay. That will never work. I mean, honestly, like I don't know what they were up to like before I was born, but I'm gonna tell you right now, just to be 8 years plus behind the eight ball, you're screwed at that point. I mean, you know it. Like you're not sitting pretty. You went in the NCAA because of racism, and what you act like that's actually important, but no one actually even fucking cares, right? Like 5 years later, no one even fucking cares. Why? Because UConn, they stomp everyone 2 years in a row, and everyone stops caring after that. It's like, oh well, UConn can just do it 2 times in a row and they make it look easy. Or what? Or Kansas wins after Waco, and what? Baylor doesn't even come close whenever they get their hype squad because they were probably because they were wasting money on gaslighting. Like it's one thing to buy a clutch fucking vehicle. It's another thing, to give a gang of fucking gas and then what? Have them fucking annoy motherfuckers. Like seriously, get a job and fucking earn a paycheck and then come in here and fucking throw bits at me. That's actually nice and smart, and probably could have at least got them like further into the playoffs, if not winning the whole thing. But they're so stupid, they're just gonna try and fucking gaslight me to death. And you're wondering why your friends are like committing suicide at Asmongold. It's like, well, that university is retarded. Texas leadership is stupid as fuck. I already know that because that's how I grew up. I literally grew up under an Austin, Rice culture from Texas. Like the dude was from Texas. And what do I have to say? They're lazy. They don't want to fucking. NM are kind of lazy. Like I'll give it that. Like some NM is kind of lazy. Like the dudes sometimes can get lazy, but like not that lazy. Like that is like detrimental to not just your city at some point because it was and they got nuked over it, but also detrimental to the state of Texas because if they can't get nuked, they're taking L's and they're taking big injuries, and you can't blame me for that. Why are you gonna blame me? Well, I just did everything I was told. The teams that fucking won were the ones that were cheating, and what you're gonna allow them to cheat and fucking injure me? Like, no. As a mayor, you gotta do something. As an AD, you gotta do something. I mean, were they from Texas? Like, yes, they were from Texas. The AD and the mayor were from Texas, and I know the mayor is still from Texas. And what are you supposed to do? Like, honestly, like at that point, like like how do you save people in that scenario? Like, I mean, then they expect you to write the letter. Yeah, you gotta write the letter and fucking deliver it to the fucking Waco dean and be like, hey man, this is what we have to do. This is because they're not gonna know. Instead, they're gonna take some fucking retard drug that they think is smart, making them smarter, but it's not. It's like some stupid rape that they take with alcohol and go to sleep, and what? Usually bad stuff happens. Okay, you understand? I've been there. I wake up to bad news on that. Is it good? Absolutely not. I've done the research on that drug. They should have never even let that drug into America. Absolutely not. That was one of the worst drugs they ever let in. They even in the research document that they posted, one of the doctors said not to he said not to make the patent. He said don't do it. He said don't do it, and they still did it, and it became a huge fucking problem, right? Because I mean, you take it with some alcohol, you go to sleep, maybe you do get decent sleep, but at the same time, you're gonna wake up to bad news. And maybe you like weaseled by on like some coffee and some high points here and there, but at the same time, like whenever there are high points, you have to figure out who created those surges and who created those high points. Because if you don't, you're what? You're gonna be a loser, and you're gonna be wondering why you're surrounded by grief. And it takes 5 years, 10 years. I wouldn't doubt it because of just the simple fact that you're 10 years plus behind me as an eight ball. Like 10 years behind me as an eight ball. That's pathetic. Actually, one of the most pathetic things you could ever do. Like, you want to say pitiful? No, pitiful is above pathetic. Like, you're what? You're like actual white trash scum. Like, if I look at Texas and I say you're white trash scum, then and you don't even fucking feel it, just know that my team in Denver kicked your ass in your house, and they could kick your ass there again just on me saying that and having facts over it, and just deleting all the facts and acting like you can talk trash and drinking your alcohol and taking your drugs isn't gonna help you. Okay, understand? You actually have to come in here and throw bits at me like fucking Esco did to get the 49ers into a second place bid. But you're not even smart enough to understand that, or you're afraid of a gang or some shit because of doxing. And what? Honestly, that's clearly a border problem, and it's El Paso's issue. And if El Paso's the issue, then what, dude? You just have yourself to look in the fucking mirror again, Texas. You just say like they're fucking from NM and stuff taking bribes. It's like, yeah, but you guys, Texas has all the fucking millionaires and billionaires. Like, why is Texas so fucking rich and all these border agents poor as fuck taking bribe after bribe? See, like, why don't some of those Texas people sponsor these fucking border agents or some shit so they don't want to take a bribe or they can rival a bribe? See, like, you don't understand. Like, you have all this money, but you don't have to give it away, even though you did nothing to gain the money. I could understand why I could call you white trash and you can lose at home. I could understand why Tom Brady can call you white trash and you can lose at home. I can understand why the state of Florida could go in there and call you white trash and you would lose at home. Like I have a feeling that at some point you wouldn't even like that. You would want to get out of there. But at the same time, it's just a bunch of greed. Like, you're just surrounded by greed there. It's too much greed. If you're gonna expect other people to want that in their lives, I would rather stay here in a recovery than have to deal with a bunch of fucking white privilege around me being greedy as fuck. Just so you know. Just so you know, like, I'm just a normal, better, better guy, dude. bought my RAM. I gotta freaking take it to the. I gotta find it and take it to the post office. Dude, why did you pay for that? Funds available every 2 days. Shipped by November 4th. Holy shit, that's tomorrow. How's it going? I guess I can't talk to them, but I won't say. Thank you for buying my old RAM. Is it good? Oh yeah. It hasn't even been used. Like, I know that the prices of DDR4 went up though. Like, is they gonna still like? I don't know. Guess I have a little bit of extra money this month. Like happy that I went with white instead of red because if I got with red it would have been like cheap 3P probably. You know, if I have some stuff on the back burner, so that's my choice. Cheap baby or small portion. It's a bit easy, bro. The cartels are trying to make sure I'm disabled and retarded as fuck. It's like, well, you know, treat your neighbor as I treat thyself. I guess if you want to be fucking disabled and retarded as fuck, that's how you treat your neighbor. Oh, well, yeah, snake as well. Oh, what a bunch of fucking bullshit, dude. I'm like the least snake fucking person that you would ever fucking know, dude. Like, that's like literally retarded, dude. Like, that motherfucker lost his best friend for fucking snaking me like that, and what? Like, honestly, if I take it out on a bunch of fucking, you know, white privilege, like, or like, you could literally blame Wisconsin every chance you fucking got. And if they tried to cancel me, I'd be like, no, thank you. You know, get your culture the fuck away from me. Like a handshake deal with me, it's like, no handshake deal, motherfucker. How about this? Take a fucking hate once your dad dies, and I hope they cancel your ass. They're trying to fucking buy me, like forcing me to kill myself. She never got. She lost. They should have been getting the cheese from either Lubbock. Lubbock was like themselves. They make the whole fucking state look badass. Fucking all Mexico hates that everyone else is all fucking better. Them the way that they would need to, you know, because like the way Waco did it, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, like this is how you do it, or how you did it for a while there. You go up, you just flood the arena with people, you know, popping a tie bomb. Anytime it's tied, they're all popping a tie bomb. Anytime it's tied, they're all popping a tie bomb. At the end, they go for a fucking steak and pepper. Like maybe they even had chicken and pepper beforehand. Like, they're all just fucking, you know, they're like Zion like that. Like, if you're expecting those fucking idiots to do that shit, like, no way, bro. You know, like, no way, bro. They're so stupid. They're like, yeah, you know, they probably care more about fucking, you know, making sure that the use of Texas is like, you know, N-word or whatever, you know, like a bunch of thugs. They think that they're like the ultimate cowboy or something. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why you would even think you were a cowboy. You know, whenever you have a
culture. You know what Mexican whore culture is? My body's telling me no. Not only do I have to feed like a family of 7, but what, I also have to be willing to just give them anything they fucking, take. It's fucking awkward as fuck. The reason why Texans are retarded. I don't think I don't know what you're saying on that. I can understand why, people don't want to fucking go through that much in the states around you. Not just 1 or 2 times, like 3 times, right? This is 1 or 2 times. I can imagine if it was just 1 or 2 times, right? But like, if we're talking like a 2 times plus, like, you want to like, you want to blame New York for sabotaging you, then what? You need to like listen to their rules and like really follow them and force everyone to follow them as well. And that's what a good leader does. Because New York, if they're trying to mess you up, is because they're not following their rules. Say Washington D.C. I'm like, well, I mean, if we're talking about a better league and like how to win in a better league, like I wouldn't go to D.C. for that. If you're going to D.C. for that, you're just wrong. Like you don't want to follow the rules, so you're just following them. Like you already broke the rules and are having issues with it. Like you're wrong still. Like it's on you. If you're wrong, like you can't expect everyone else to come around and solve the same problems because people get paid lots of money to solve problems. They don't do it for free. Think tanks, like, streamers who are just giving solid insight. At some point, some of them, maybe, have solved some problems. Sure, some of them have, like, totally stolen the Valor and probably fucking hate them and inherit their lives and shit, but at the same time, like, you gotta understand that there's gonna be a whole spectrum there, and some people are gonna be on one side, and other people are gonna be on another. Try to combine like the suns together. So how often does that actually work, Nothing that really worked that well against Twitch Prime. It really sucks, dude. It was good 1 year because Vanguard game was there, and then it's never been good again. That was the year. The first year was the most better good year in a long time, but it may never be good or better again. Dude, are you gonna get Vanguard game to start for? You're gonna get me and my better fam to go over there? Because we don't want to. He didn't want to go this year. I asked him. I was like, "It's 10 years. Let's go." He's like, "Yeah, I got plans. Let's go here." Like, yeah, he doesn't have no money for that. I'm like, "Well, I'm not even gonna save that. I'm gonna have to figure something else out." We're trying to figure out a massive TV. Don't let me do it. What? Major people. Lost their dog. What? Headache. seriously, you're not solving anything. It just goes to show that you weren't raised in a way that you could actually help people, but what you were raised in a way that just makes lives fucking more complicated. Let's say you're a fucking problem. I wouldn't say you're a problem because you make a problem when just know people don't have to solve it unless you give them big money or good money. I mean, like many monetization at that point is granted for someone to solve your problem. You can't just expect them to fucking solve it for you. Like, seriously, that's like literally the dumbest fucking thing that is a problem. Like, I'll say this about TwitchCon. Like, it's not like how I would like it. It's not even a little bit how I would like it. So plus, like, they don't even like it that much. Like, they didn't even have me outgrow my fucking hometown, dude. Like, dude, there's like what 8,000 people in my hometown. Like, I'm at like 5,000. Like, yeah, don't outgrow your hometown. Like, oh, wow, like how much my fucking money did I spend on that trip? It was like $1 for a like. It's like, dang, your likes are expensive, man. $1 for a like, wow. It's a lot of fucking money. No wonder no one likes me, dude. I'm fucking broke ass, you know? Sure, you got your fucking, fairy tale fucking ending fucking set up, but what? It won't actually really help you, huh? Unless I get fucking blackout drunk. Bunch of retards, dude. This is literally the stupidest fucking strategy. Literally, you don't get more fucking stupid than that strategy, just so you know. It's like literally the dumbest fucking strategy. Like, could you be more fucking